On YouTube, this is Mason AJ of Comic Book Aficionados. I'm sitting here with
Robert Jeffery II.
We're here at Free Comic Book Day, where it's just awesome stuff happening here at Challenger Comics and Games. Be sure to come down here and check it out. But more importantly, let's talk about one of the biggest issues that's happening in comic books right now, which is Route 3 by Terminus Media. And I'm sitting here with the creator of Route 3. Come on, look at him. Look at this awesome artwork right here. So, enough about me. You know, as the creator of Route 3, tell us about it. Tell us really what the story is about.
Story's about a kid named Sean Anderson who's from Stone Mountain, Georgia, right next door. And what happens is he finds that he's been either blessed or cursed with the ability to kind of save the world from itself. So the only thing about it is he's not the only person that knows about this new set of abilities or this newfound power. And you have people with less than altruistic goals who are coming at him to use them for their own selfish means. So I always call it a combination of the Matrix meets the best elements of teenage Spider-Man, but he's not necessarily going out and fighting crime, but it's like a superhero story for a new age, basically.
Right,
so,
and it's funny, all the aficionados, we've all read the book, and we all fell in love with it. And even we were saying, like, you know what, this is kind of like a new age comic, a new age Spider-Man, where like it has very similar elements to the show, but still very different. And a lot of those key differences, how as a creator, how did you differentiate? Because I'm pretty sure you had inspirations going into comic books, but how did you differentiate that Route 3 from other series that you had growing up?
Well, like I said, using Spider-Man as an example or whatever, I love that comic. I came in, as a kid reading the Spider Slayers when they brought back his parents, like, who were clones. Spoiler, after 20 years after the fact.
What?
Oh, man, no. But basically, the thing I loved about Spider-Man is that he was your hard luck hero. He was always a guy who had a hard time paying the bills. And with Sean, I guess what I'm doing to kind of differentiate is that he's not necessarily going out and fighting crime or whatever. He's basically caught up in this, century-spanning, I don't say call it a controversy, but this kind of big event that he's kind of in the middle of. So you have your kind of epic action, a little bit of 24 mixed in with, like I said, with the Matrix. So, but like I said, I just didn't want it to be him going out fighting crime in Atlanta, Georgia all the time. It's like, that's been done on New York, Chicago, California, and I just wanted to do something different.
So, it's a superhero story where essentially even the main character isn't so much a superhero.
Exactly.
Okay.
And and eventually, as with, let's say, Neo in the Matrix or any superhero, they come into that. They basically grow into that. And this is a kid who's basically suffered a lot. He's lost his mom, who was pretty much the only person in his life who got him, who understood him, and he's basically just kind of through with life to a certain extent. So imagine this being the person that is given this world-changing ability to. So one of the things I love about any type of story is that you get to see the growth and potential of a hero or heroine. So, that's what I'm trying to do with this.
Okay. Now, as an independent comic artist, what are some of the challenges you had with creating the book itself and then going on to get it out there, to be produced?
There were no problems. It came off the dome. No, I'm kidding. It was one of the things that you don't want to do is be like everybody else or whatever. You want to do something that's going to separate your book from everybody else, so people can't accuse you of biting off of them. Or the other thing is so that you can have Big Mac, or that you can give something to people that they haven't seen before. Like growing up, one of the biggest things that I loved, I would never see is that when and it would happen that we were always young black males of character were never the ones at the forefront or whatever, and I wanted to do that with this. So that definitely kind of differentiates this from any other kind of typical like teenage coming of age superhero story, which is a big thing. And the other thing is, with the Matrix, it allowed me to see, actually taking it back further with Milestone Media, I saw that could be done.
Okay.
I was just like, kid in Chicago, got these books from my dad in Atlanta, Icon, Static, Rocket, Blood Syndicate, Hardware, all this stuff. So, and my dad sent us like these stacks, these comics, and it was just like, these dudes are doing it. So I knew that we could do it. And of course you had Storm and Black Panther and Black Falcon and Black Lightning. There's a lot of blacks in there, but it helped me to see that this could be done. And the other thing was when I saw The Matrix, even though Neo, he's a Caucasian man, he killed the role. He went whoa and he flew. it showed me that with the supporting cast, you had Lawrence Fishburne, and then the subsequent movies, which, quality questionable at best, this whole supporting cast looked like people I would see on the streets. It was black, whites, Hispanics. They were raving, because we all rave, right? So it's, yeah, like sweaty raves. But it showed me that we can do more. We can be, essential figures like Morpheus. And then you have the story about Will Smith passing up that role, which is unfortunate. So, anyways, long story short, now we're on the cusp of the guy from Attack the Block being a central figure, possibly a central figure in the new Star Wars movie. So,
but that is in fact confirmed.
Yeah, that's confirmed. So, like, basically, he's about to be the Luke Skywalker for a new generation. So, in my mind, I wanted a kid who could basically, and especially in this day and age, a young black male who was about something, trying to do the best job possible.
Do you have any future projects that we should be on the lookout for as we're catching up on Route 3?
Well, we're, future issues of Route 3. We are looking at having a third issue done ASAP, with the first 3 issues to be collected into a trade paperback volume. We're doing the same with Radio Free America, which is a series created by Baron Robert Bell and drawn and written, and I'm co-writing that with him. Both of these titles, Radio Free America and Route 3, are Glyph Comic Award nominated titles, which is showing we're doing quality work. And more Terminus team up stuff. I'm doing freelance work with Terminus. We're doing animated motion comic for the Centers for Disease Control. So wherever I can get my freelance in, I do it as much as possible. So if y'all are watching, I'm ready to be hired. And a brother needs some work, and anything and everything. I mean, I'm working with John on like 2 sci-fi concepts for a space-based action epic adventure, and another series in the vein of Sliders. A lot of people kind of sleep on that show. But one of the things Sliders was that.
Sliders is serious.
Okay, until I got on the Sci-Fi Channel. And then albeit I'm a big fan of the series, but our series is kind of taking the idea of interdimensional hopping and just kind of turning it on its head. So that, and I'm also doing a graphic novel adaptation of William Satterwright's stealth webcomic series. Okay. So I'm writing an original graphic novel for that, and more details on that to come soon. And still freelancing for BlackSci-Fi.com.
Now, okay, I know that we just dropped like a whole ton of information on you out there, but be sure to check out these books. Be sure to check the description below for the Route 3 books, as well as Terminus Media. Come down to Challenges Games and Comics, and it's so much fun out here. So once again, this is Mason AJ of Aficionados, and I'm sitting here with
Robert Jeffery II.
He's the second person bitten by the same spider that bit Peter Parker. I know, it just blew your mind. What, there's 2 people out there with spider powers?